Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Welcome to another Facebook Live on Thursday. How's your week going? Have you felt like things are just weird anymore? I mean, besides the whole pandemic thing and all of that fun stuff, it just seems like every time we turn around something else is going on, right? Well, that's where our crafting comes in for lots of fun and escape, and I hope I can help you with that. Today we are actually playing with the Whale of a Time, is it Whale of a Time? Yes, suite of products. And I created 2 cards for you. If you like what you see today, or if you need to purchase any of the supplies, you can go to scrapsbysissy.com. You'll be able to see today's blog post once I finish it. I'll have all the links to my online store for all the products. And if you use this host code, I will send, and your purchase is over $40, I will send you a surprise along with your thank you gift. I'm really trying to reach some goals, and all of the orders I get are greatly appreciated at this time. Well, they're appreciated all the time, but even more so now. So I'll show you what we're working with today. We'll start off with this card, and I absolutely fell in love with this when I saw it, this embossing folder. It's the 3D embossing folder. It's called the Seabed 3D embossing folder. See if you can see it. It's got all of what you would see in the bottom of the ocean. There's coral, and it looks like there's kind of waves going on, and starfish, and all kinds of seagrass going on. You know, at first I thought, yeah, it's okay. So I had a couple of different projects with them, and I had to have it. You know how that is. And I decided that rather than just have it plain white or plain blue or whatever, I wanted to do some coloring with it. I need to grab one thing. Hang on. I forgot. I didn't write down the measurements, but that's basically because both cards are very similar, and the other is, I forgot. How's that for an excuse? I forgot. We'll set that one aside for the moment. But we're going to sponge on some ink today. We're going to be using some Calypso Coral, some Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Pretty Peacock. Those colors are just so oceany, right? Which is why they're all the colors in that designer series paper. So both cards are done in Pretty Peacock, and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. This piece of Whisper White is cut at 3 3/4 by 5, and I have embossed it with that 3D embossing folder. And then the inside piece is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I haven't stamped that yet. That's because I don't know who's going to get this card. And we're also going to do the envelopes. Here's the envelope from this other card here. This one goes here, and then I don't think I put new ones in here, did I? This is the envelope I stamped for this card, because it goes with the sentiment which says, "My love for you is bigger than the ocean," and I just love those little fish. So we'll go ahead and get started on sponging this. And if you log on and you join us this morning, make sure you say hello so I know you're here. So when I did the sponging, I wanted to keep it kind of flowy, like you would think of a tide. So let's try and get that same effect done. Now, not two cards are never going to look the same when you do your sponging. So we're just going to go with it. So I usually start off the edge, make sure I'm in the shot so you can see what I'm doing. Let's move these other colors out of the way. Try and tidy up our workspace before we even get started, right? So here we go. So I come off the edge and just start moving that sponge. So there's the Calypso Coral. And then we'll put a little bit of Pool Party up in that corner. Set them just like this so we can see what's going on here. I'm going to come down into this corner and just color right there. Okay, now let's put in some Coastal Cabana. I'm going to put him down on the bottom, towards the bottom. I think my ink pad needs a little bit of ink to it. But you can just keep going back over and get as much ink as you want on your project. Okay, now we'll do some Pretty Peacock. And we'll come right down the middle since this is the most prominent color on the card. See how dark that is? I just love this color. And you want to be careful when you're pressing because you don't want to press down too hard like I just did, but that's okay. Now we'll come back in with some Pool Party up here in the corner. And we'll get a little bit more Coastal Cabana down here. Darken this up a little bit. We're going to put some more Coastal Cabana in here. Not Coastal Cabana, that's Calypso Coral. And then let's bring in some more of the Pretty Peacock down here. I think I'm being a little too hard with my sponges this morning. That gives it a darker effect. Let's come in with some more Pool Party. Is that Pool Party? No, that's Coastal Cabana. It's one thing that helps figuring out which sponges you're using for which ink. I have cut my sponges in fourths. They come in circles, and I cut them in four, and then I punch out. This was our Circle Tab punch that retired last year, but you could use any punch. Punch out the color cardstock that you're using for that ink and staple it on. Not only makes it a handle for you, but you'll remember which sponge you're using with which ink pad. Little tip of the day for you. Thursday tip of the day. Okay, we'll put the rest of these away because we're done with that for the moment. Now, we're going to go ahead and glue, we're not going to glue him down yet because we're going to add some of that gorgeous Pool Party ribbon. I just used it the other day on Tuesday with my Casing Tuesday project, but this is part of the suite. It's the Pool Party sheer ribbon, and I'm just going to wrap it around and tie it in a bow. So I'm going to wrap it around twice, and I'm actually going to leave it, rather than wrapping over itself, I'm going to leave a space there. And we'll cut off our edge, and then we'll tie our bow. This ribbon is so pretty in person. It's really got some sparkly sheerness to it. If that is a description, it's the way I feel it is. Let's tie our bow. Maybe. Gotta get that piece tucked in there. Oh, let's try it again. The joy of live, right? Here we go. Wrap it around and tuck that in. There we go. There. Straighten out our bow a little bit. Isn't that so pretty? Now we'll glue him down. And we're using the new Stampin' Seal. And like I said last week, lighter pressure is better. And I found that if you roll it back on itself, it keeps it in a position ready to go all the time. Turn it around. Set that piece right here. Just like so. Isn't that pretty? This one's a lot darker than my first one. I like it. Now we're going to stamp the sentiment, and we're going to use this, I think it's a Storytime punch. We're going to stamp our sentiment in Pretty Peacock. And I have all my blocks out here. And we're going to put in there Whale Done. should have my Stampin' Pierce mat, but it's not here, is it? Surprise, right? Okay, I'll just stamp right here. See, and that's where that Pierce mat comes in handy. Let me grab one. Sometimes with our photopolymers, we need the extra cushion. Flip this over. With our Stampin' Pierce mat. So we'll stamp him right. Much better, isn't it? I should have remembered that part. Okay, so we've stamped him. We're going to come through and we're going to stamp the little fishes. Hi, Ruby. I know sometimes it's hard to get motivated. Hi, Jeannie. I see you joined us too. You ready for the fun and games here? Seems like I'm always messing something up, you know, but that's okay. Life would be boring if things didn't happen unexpectedly. Okay, so now we're going to take those little fish and we're going to ink them up in Pool Party. And I'm going to stamp right through the sentiment. And then we're going to punch them out. Now granted, you can't see one of them, but that's okay. You get the gist. So now we'll punch him out. That's all we need that punch for. And then we're going to add him to the card front with dimensionals. I did remember dimensionals this time. Shocking, I know. So we're going to... Oh, I forgot to stamp, before we do that, I forgot to stamp the little heart in Calypso Coral. Glad I looked over at the other card. It would have been hard to stamp with the dimensional underneath it. So I got the dimensional on one side of the little mini block. I mean the heart. Got dimensionals on the brain. So we'll stamp him right there. Now we'll add the other dimensional and put him on the card. And get that backing off. And I wanted this more at an angle, kind of to follow the lines of that ribbon. Just tuck him under there like that. And then we'll do the inside real quick. Since I have the little seahorse here, and we'll just stamp him right down in the corner. Oops, see if we can get him. And that is why we have two sides to the cardstock. Hooray! Try it again. There we go. We got it. It's just one of those days. We just got over having our air conditioner not working, and it was 100 and... I don't know. They said it was only going to be 105, but I know it was like 120 out there. Oh, the adhesive's right here. So it is working. You might be able to hear it in the background. But I'll tell you, you get really sluggish when it gets that hot, even though I was hiding here in the studio. Okay, we'll glue that to the inside. Now let's add some of these gorgeous little sequins. These things are so pretty. You have to see these. Hopefully I can open it without sending them all over the desk. Aren't they pretty? And these little ones are shaped like little seashells. See if I can get one here. Can you see this? Probably can't. Let's put it on my thumbnail. Maybe you can see it. Isn't that cute? They are so pretty. So we'll add a couple of those. I didn't like the way I did them on the original card. I think I got too many for my taste. So we're just going to add a few less. So I'm using the liquid, the multi-purpose liquid glue. I like it for sequins. And we're going to use our Pick-a-Tool. Is that what it's called? And just lay him down. I picked him up upside down. Didn't that figure? Okay, we'll lay him right there. Might have needed some more glue. Let's put some little bit more there. You know how it is when it doesn't sit upside down. There we go. Now we have some glue. What's that phrase? Now we're cooking with gas. There we go. And we'll add another one over here. And we'll add one more down here and call it good with the sequins. There, that should be enough glue. And I think this time, see if we can get some of those, one of those seashells on here. We'll put that one right there. It's got kind of that holographic holographic look to it. There we go. And one more. There. Definitely 3 is a better number than, what did I do, 7 or something? I got a little carried away. So there's the first card. Isn't that embossing folder absolutely beautiful? I just love it. Okay, so there's card 1. We'll set him aside to dry. Now this next one is one I actually started with. Put these sequins away so I don't make a mess. I wanted to showcase some of this designer series paper because it's so stinking cute. And the first time I saw it, the music from, you remember The Little Mermaid? My youngest, who's going to be 34 here in a couple of days, that was her favorite movie back in the day. And she was one of those that she could watch things time and time again. And that song, Under the Sea, is the first thing that came to mind when I saw this paper. But you have to see, this is the one we're using today. And it's just, I think every single, there's those little fishies. I think every single piece on this is beautiful. That reminds me of Finding Nemo. And there's those turtles. Again, Finding Nemo, and I can hear that surfer turtle in my head. And there's those whales. Aren't they pretty? So yeah, it's a fun pack of paper. Let's put that aside and we'll finish this up. And I'm going to punch out, I was going to use this whale on the back of the envelope, but I didn't bring a new envelope, so we're going to use him on the card front. So fold our card in half, and we're going to add him. Let's just go ahead and stamp first. Let's do that first. I think I'm still feeling effects from the heat. Okay, so ink. Yeah, I have to agree with you, that's Jeannie. I can't see that far on my laptop. I think it's my MO too, is making things a mess. So we're gonna stamp. You know what? I stamped the wrong ones on the, well, we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna change things up a little bit. Oh, this poor girl. So we got our whale done on the beautiful seabed over there, but this still works. This sentiment still works. Oh boy. We got our whale there, and my little turtle that I cut out, I did some fussy cutting on him, and we'll put him down. I'm going to use just a little piece of our dimensional here because he doesn't need a full one. He's not that big. So we'll add him down here in the corner, and he's swimming away. And we'll just add some adhesive. See, lighter pressure is better. Add him to the front. Let's see, make sure he's centered. There. I'll add a couple of the sequins. I think one of these little seashell ones will look good down here too, don't you think? Since I got one sitting here. Let's see, I'll turn him over. Set him down like that. Oh yeah, that looks good. That's right, pick it up, Lori. There we go. And we'll just add one over here. Just a little bit. And another one over here, and we'll call it done. See what we can find. What color do you think? Since I'm a blue girl, I always seem to go for those blue ones. Oops. I should take the lid off that end, shouldn't I? There we go. And then let's use that one. That's a little one. I think that amount of glue there will come right through it. Okay. There we go. Good thing it dries clear, huh? There we go. And we're done. Oh, we didn't do the inside, did we? We'll do that right quick. So for the inside, since I do have this coral, and you're kind of a big deal, so that still works out for the whale card. And we'll just stamp him right there. Hopefully it's straight. And then the piece of coral. Get that open. I love that coral, it's so cute. There we go, stamp it there. It's got that kind of that, I don't know, a brushed look to it. We'll glue him down. I'm not paying attention to comments. It's kind of hard to craft and watch your Facebook feed going across the laptop over there. So there we are. We have 2 different whale cards, and I like the only 3 of the sequins versus however many's on this card. And then our seabed embossing folder. I think I like it better with it being dark. What do you think? I think it turned out pretty cute. Well, if you have any questions or what am I doing here? I'm looking for the lid. See, I can't do 2 things at once. Good thing I'm not chewing gum, right? If you have any questions or you'd like to sign up for my email list, you can just go to scrapsbysissy.com. You can shoot me a text or an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you have a great Thursday. Thank you for stopping by and spending some chaotic time with me. One of these days I'll get this stuff down where it's not such a train wreck. But then again, that's my life. Have a great Thursday and keep cool. Bye.